This meeting is now streaming live.
We're here.
Are we here? All right. Good
Hi.
morning. Are we here? As you can see, we're still new to this, right? Good morning, everyone. It seems like I just spoke with you, but I'm happy to be back again. It is 10 o'clock this morning and we start our day, our Long Beach Gives Day, September 24th. So we're super excited. We're happy to have you with us and we hope that you'll join us the rest of the day. We've got a whole day worth of talking and dancing and getting to know each other and really all encompassing just a day of celebration and a day of appreciation and gratitude to all of you for all your support to this CIC. So we're really, really super excited. So I have this morning with me, President of the Council, Sarah Dean. Hi, Sarah, how are you?
Good morning. And don't we all need a little cause for joy this week? It's been a tough week. I'm just going to say that. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to have opportunities to celebrate and laugh. And yes, happy to be here. Good morning.
All right. And we have Cheryl Benz, who is our office administrator. Hello, Cheryl.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, and we're excited to have you. We're super excited to have you.
So this has been an exciting journey, hasn't it?
It has.
We're really grateful to be a part of the organization.
It has, and we owe much of it to you because you're the one who were like, let's apply for this, and we met the deadline, and you were the champion of the Long Beach Gives for SCIC, so we're so grateful to you.
And
which is exactly the reason why what we want to do this morning to start our day of programs is really highlight Cheryl. Who is Cheryl? Cheryl Benz. Now, you know, one of the things I talked about yesterday is it takes a lot of work to get, to make a nonprofit function effectively. And a lot of the times it's work from people that you don't often get to see. And Cheryl is certainly one of those individuals. She is the one that makes sure that everything is going as it should. She's the one that's in the office. She's making sure the bills are paid, the phone calls are answered, the answering machine is heard, the emails are responded to. When the network is down, and I don't even know what that totally means, she's the one who fixes it. And so she is the person that really, my right hand for sure, makes the organization go. So we're really excited to have her with us today and just learn a little bit more about her. What do you think, Sarah?
I want to embarrass her a little bit more too. Cheryl literally is a little dash of magic that we sprinkle on everything that we do, as Amelia is getting to. And I still remember the first day that Cheryl walked in. It was really obvious that she was super talented, hard worker, extremely tenacious. She can get the job done.
Oh, yes.
But what really has been so moving over the last several months is how wholeheartedly she has given us her love. And that is because we're also human beings, right? Aside from the work we have, and especially during the pandemic, we've had tough days, we've had tough days, not lesser tough days.
Yeah.
and Cheryl is that friend that everyone deserves to have. So I am so grateful to know Cheryl, and I'm grateful to be here with you, Cheryl. And I remember what stands out to me when we first met you was your faith stories. You belong to the Church of Latter-day Saints, but you were not born into this community. I was hoping you'd be able to kind of share your story today. How did you end up connecting with this community?
I had the advantage of my best friend growing up was a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and the church has a really great youth program. I mean, we start kids in leadership roles at age 3. We have them public speaking at age 3. It's amazing. But I got to become friends with my best friend like in junior high, and they have a really great young youth program, a teenage program. And but the way the church is organized is that they have, it's divided up into age groups, and in her age group, for whatever reason, in her particular ward, there was only 3 of them, 3 girls in her group, and the other 2 were best friends. So if she ever wanted a friend at any of their activities, guess who got invited? And so anyways, I was very socially converted to the church. I loved all the activities. When we graduated high school and we were going to be attending different colleges, I was trying to figure out a way to still stay connected with her. And I suggested, well, how about I come to church with you on Sunday? Because, then that we'll get a chance to see each other. Then another mutual friend of ours, she was not a member of the church like I was. She wanted to take the missionary lessons. And I thought, well, heck, if I'm going to this church, I might as well learn about what its teachings are. And so I decided to take the missionary lessons with her. I have to tell you, it was a long process. I actually studied the church for a year, and I went through 6 sets of missionaries. If anybody knows about, the missionaries in our church, they're young men, typically young men, sometimes young women, mostly young. Seniors can go on missions as well, but and they transfer in and out, so nobody gets attached to any particular missionary. But I had gone through a whole bunch of them, and they had given up on me. And I remember, yeah. And I remember one day I was reading the Book of Mormon, and this is how it happened for me. The prophet in the Book of Mormon at the time was talking about how, if you follow the principles of the gospel, it's not like all your trials will go away, but the principles that you live by will help you get through the trials easier. And you'll support each other, and it'll just be better. If you live by the principles of the world, greed and lying and hate, all of those principles that we consider to be worldly attributes, that your life will just be harder. And so I was sitting, and so the Book of Mormon was saying, so why don't you just get baptized and follow the gospel, and your life will be easier. And I was reading the book, and I was like, yeah, what's wrong with you people? Why aren't you getting baptized? And then it dawned on me, it's like, I'm not getting baptized. And I immediately got down on my knees and prayed and asked Heavenly Father, is this what you want me to do? Do you want me to get baptized? And it was like a bucket of water falling on my head, of just like, yes, you finally get it. This is the path I want you to take. And I've never looked back. I was baptized within a couple of days, and it's been just one of the best things I've ever done in my life.
That's incredible. We forget a lot of the early religious movements were really social movements, right? Like when we think of social movements today, we think of Black Lives Matter. But if you go back thousands of years, Jesus Christ, that was a social movement. Prophet Muhammad, social movement. Moses, all, Buddha, any prophet you can think of, it was a social movement. So
right?
It makes sense.
Martin Luther King Jr., he started in the churches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting, Cheryl, because you talk about your own journey is what we would consider like interfaith, coming from one faith and then being introduced and falling in love with another faith, and talking about falling in love, you have a little bit of interfaith in your marriage as well, I think. Yes. So I think you were really destined for this job. I think you're really just destined for this organization, and you just didn't know it until last December. So tell me a little bit about your amazing husband, who's such a kind soul. And but yes, let me not talk, you talk. So
give us the juicy parts. Don't leave anything out.
Well, let me start with my my first marriage. My first marriage, I followed all of the checklist, and I married in the faith, and, thought if I checked off all the boxes, we would be happy. And we weren't. And, it just, so we just weren't. And it wasn't good for either one of us, and we had to move our separate ways. So when it came time to pick my next husband, now we dated for a long time, and I was very gun shy because I didn't want to make another mistake. But I also was not just going to check off the boxes. I was going to, look at the person's soul and his character, and, make the decision off of that. And whether he was a member of my faith or not, that wasn't as high a priority to me as to whether he was a good person. And, as we all know, especially in the interfaith community, there are good people and bad people in all faiths, right? And so my husband, and I love him, and he's wonderful, and he was actually raised Hindu, and he's not practicing now. He has attended some of the Religion 101 classes through SCIC, and has gotten excited about other religions. Has not found his home yet, but he's looking, and he's wonderful. And in Christianity, Jesus Christ was the ultimate example of how to live your life. And I consider my husband Blaze to be the most Christ-like person I know, even though he's not a Christian. So
that's really sweet. That's really sweet. And so, Sarah, if you remember at the interview, we saw her resume, and we were like, overqualified. We're like, should we try? And they said, okay, let's try. And then obviously at the interview, it was just reinforced, overqualified. And you come from like a corporate background, kind of, Cheryl, not really, definitely not within like the faith sector in terms of, the nonprofit and then the nonprofit faith sector. So, I mean, how was that for you when, first and foremost, having known you now for, I can't believe it's not even been a year. Do you know that, Sarah? It's not even been a year. I feel like, I interact with Cheryl so much on a daily basis. It's unbelievable. But yeah, it's been less than a year. In December, it'll be a year. But I know you well enough to know that when you decide something, there's thought behind it. It's not just, oh, I need to find something, let me just apply for this and that and that and that. So I know that there's a thought process involved in applying for this position to be the office admin for this nonprofit interfaith council. So I guess I just wonder what made you do it? And then how has the experience been thus far? No pressure. You're just, talking to the president, the executive director, but no pressure.
So
what happens on Zoom stays on Zoom.
And the world.
That's right. So I came from the corporate world. I have a degree in computer science. I was an engineer for Xerox for 36 years and loved it. It was a remarkable experience. I had family there as well. Oh, I'm getting emotional. But when that, so they ended up closing my division, which was when I started at Xerox 36 years ago. The headquarters is in Rochester, New York. They were always threatening to close the satellite offices, and it, after 36 years, it finally happened. So anyways, that's where I ended up looking for a new opportunity. But we had fortunately my husband's wonderful financial management, and mine as well, I guess. But our kids were grown and gone, and the college tuitions were paid for, and the house was paid for, and so the need to bring in as much money as I was previously was not as high a priority. And I really wanted to use my skills in that I had learned in the corporate world to help make the world a better place. And that's what I put on my resume, is I just wanted to help make the world a better place. And so I was specifically looking in the nonprofit realm for a new opportunity. And I found out about this one through Carol Winder, who's on the SCIC board, and everybody loves Carol and everybody trusts Carol. So when she told me about this opportunity, it's like, well, then I need to look into this and find out more. And I am just so happy. SCIC, it's just such a family, and there's such love there and appreciation, and I just yeah, it's wonderful.
And Cheryl, you really do make our world
So,
every single day.
yeah, you do. You really do. You do. And we're so, and oftentimes it's the ones who need the most appreciation that, don't end up getting that. And I hope that how much we appreciate you. And, it does. It takes a whole family, and it takes a tremendous amount of trust between one another. And I'm just so grateful. So we're so grateful. Well, I'm sorry that you lost your position at Xerox, but I'm also not sorry. So, so we're just very, very happy about that. And how, let me ask you, what is I know that when you entered, you had a little bit of obviously interfaith, in your own journey in life, and then you met Blaze, and and his family is Hindu, but what's been, obviously the council, we encounter people of all faiths and no faith as well. What's like maybe the one thing that you've learned that like, wow, I didn't realize that?
The beauty of all the different faiths. I've really enjoyed the daily inspirations that we've been sending out, and how just how beautiful all the faiths are, and how if we could all live by those principles, how much better the world would be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Wow. Oh, Cheryl's just crying a little.
I'm a crybaby, so don't.
Oh, I cry easy too. Have you guys seen that commercial? I think it's a Subaru commercial from a few years ago.
Oh, the little daughter, and she's older, and she's driving away in the car, and I'm like, no, don't go. No. Have you seen?
Oh my God, I'm a bawling mess. And You Are My Sun. I can hardly even say the title of the song, but You Are My Sunshine is the other one where I'm just a basket case, and my kids don't get it, obviously. No, this was not supposed to be a topic for this morning, but I just feel like it's a really, I think it's something that could really help other people. Many of us are taught or feel that it's how do you raise kids don't have the same faith background? What would you what would you say to people who have this concern? How do you navigate?
Well, I don't know if we took a very good interfaith approach to it, because he wasn't practicing a faith. When we married, I said we're going to be raising our children in, I have 2 daughters from a previous marriage, and I said, I'm going to be raising them in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and any subsequent children I want to raise them in that faith. And because he didn't have a faith, it's not like we were trying, choosing between one or the other. I said, and I'm going to need your support, and not just like only letting us go to church, but like when the kids get to be teenagers and they say, well, we want to stay home with dad, that you'll encourage them to go to church. And he did. He lived up to that.
I'm wondering if part of that is, even though he may at that moment may not have shared your faith tradition, I'm guessing when he was interacting with you and getting to know you, he probably saw value in this part of Cheryl, right? And your faith is clearly a part of who you are, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine that he must, whether or not he ascribes to the same tradition, he must hold your religion in high esteem and have a lot of respect for it.
Definitely. And as it is in, you know, many religions, it's, you know, it's a community. And, you know, through the years that we've been together, I mean, he doesn't attend church with me on a regular basis, but he comes to all the activities, and, you know, he's really come to love and embrace the other members of our congregation, and value, you know, what is taught at church. So.
And you know, that's something so interesting, like this kind of this, even people, I'm not going to say her name because I'm not sure if she wants this to be big public, but I don't think she would mind, but it's actually my cousin who I love dearly. And it's so interesting. You know, she herself, I think probably she's at the agnostic state right now, you know, and clearly, you know, I'm hello Muslim. And what was really funny is when we, you know, years back, when we would talk and things like that, and this is when I was getting to know Arfan, you know, who's my husband, and I remember she would be like, "Did you pray about it?" And I was like, "What do you?" Like, why are you telling me to pray? You don't even, and she's like, it doesn't matter. I think there's value in it and you should pray about, you know? So I think that's the thing. And I really respect people like that, because I think, you know, it has to be both ways. You know, I respect her for who she is, and she respects me for who I am. And, you know, and she understands that faith is important to me. And she sees kind of like, yeah, there's merit in it, you know? And, you know, for those who know me, I love stories, and I have to share this one. My friend Kathy, who's, I went to grad school with her. She was one of my roommates, Karima and Kathy, yay. Her room was adjacent to mine, across from mine. And, you know, as Muslims, we pray 5 times a day, and the morning prayer is like before sunrise, right? So it'd be like 5 o'clock in the morning, and my alarm would be like blasting, like, you know. And I remember, you know, God bless her, she would come into my room, she'd be like, "You need to get up and pray right now. It's time for your more," you know. And I was like, "Oh yeah, thank you." But, you know, and I really appreciated that, because, you know, obviously she wasn't Muslim, but you know, she saw merits in the prayer and in the faith. So yeah, I could completely understand and what you're saying in terms of Blaze respecting, you know, kind of like the institution of faith in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah, what other burning questions do you have for Cheryl? We have her now.
I think we've learned enough about me.
What is that?
I think we've learned enough about me.
I want to get to the party now.
Oh, yes.
So,
yes.
Cheryl, what the heck is it with your family, and what's the dinosaur craze?
Okay, so that's me. I love dinosaur videos. I love those inflatable dinosaur costumes, and any video when somebody's in a dinosaur costume is hilarious, even if all they're doing is walking down the street. And so my family knew this about me, and last Christmas got me a dinosaur costume for Christmas, and I hadn't even asked for it, and they got me the perfect one. It was the brown T-Rex. That's the one that I wanted, even though I had not even expressed that to them. And I was so excited, and just love wearing my dinosaur costume, that I got dinosaur costumes for everybody in the family. So that, and now whenever I can command it, Mother's Day, that was what we did for Mother's Day, was to make a dinosaur video. And with the Long Beach Gives coming up, I said, family, we need some entertainment for that day. And so we decided to make some dances, multicultural dances, that we will demonstrate in dinosaur costumes.
Yes.
I gotta ask you though, what happens when you need to go to the bathroom?
Well, you're not in them very long. They're very hot. That's the only thing. Is you know, so yeah, you do need to take breaks every once in a while. And we have lots of stills of us getting in and out of our dinosaur costumes, which are hilarious, even that part. But
I think
Yeah.
it's a testament to your family that they all get dressed in these dinosaur costumes because mom wants them to. And
Yeah.
whatever the opportunity arises, Cheryl is very excited about putting together a dance. And we have this family of dinosaurs that are doing this. And and on a really honestly, on a serious note, I love it because I think, and again, this goes back to our faiths and stuff as well, just the essence of joy, right? That you can find joy in so many things. And I think that's so important, especially right now. I mean, the truth of the matter is, all of us in some capacity or the other are going through hard times, and a lot of it is a direct result of this pandemic, whether we're away from our family or we've lost our jobs, or we ourselves are just not feeling that great, or we have family members who are directly affected. I mean, there's a lot that's going on. And I think, what I loved about it is, it, even amidst all that, you can find joy, right? And our faith, in fact, calls us to do that because it gives us a sense of solace and gives us a sense of foundation and happiness. And I think, this is a beautiful example of that. I mean, it has nothing to do with the fact that she's this amazing engineer, and this amazing office admin and all this stuff. She just likes dinosaurs and she likes to wear the costumes, and she gets her family together and they dance together. And I think that's amazing. And I think that's can we please show the video? And
So what are you sharing with us this morning, Cheryl?
Okay, so I am going to start with, oh, what happened? Oh, did you change it so that I can share?
Oh, that would be me, of course.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so excited. I haven't seen this either.
Okay, so we're gonna start out with swing dancing. And I wanted to share this one first thing this morning because we're going to show a little bit of my daughter's first dance at her wedding. And then
where's the Kleenex? Cheryl's gonna be crying after this. Cheryl,
probably, yeah.
Yes.
And hopefully it comes out, it's not choppy or anything like that. And then we'll play other videos throughout the day. But this is my daughter and her husband both at their wedding on their first dance, and then in dinosaur costumes.
Yay.
So.
Cheryl, how? I mean, to me, it just looks difficult walking in the costume. How long did you guys practice?
Really not that long.
They're
So
professionals.
that's my daughter in my T-Rex costume, because the costume that she chose is a Triceratops, and it's really unwieldy. You'll see it later in another video later in the day. So
now, if that's not joy, I don't know what is. And if that's what it
Exactly,
means
right?
of showing, celebration, I don't know what is. And so, Cheryl, Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing yourself with us, with the interfaith world, with the SCIC, and sharing the amazing talents of your family. And I'm excited for the rest of the day because we have 4 others that are coming up. So this is not just the last one. So I want to be respectful of our time. I know you said 10 to 10:30. Sarah, is there anything else that you wanted to cover real quick? Are you still shocked at the dinosaurs?
I'm just feeling so grateful and excited, and I feel like it'd be fun to do something to celebrate. Cheryl, were you going to say something?
We have a thank you gift to give away.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes. What is our thank you gift to this morning, Cheryl? And who is getting it? I think this morning it is.
Do we need a drum roll?
Yes. I think we wanted to start with something sweet, so I believe it's a $50
gift card to C's Candy.
And who doesn't love that? So
will I get it? Will I get it? Will I get it?
You're exempt. I'm sorry.
And so we have 133 donors as of this morning.
That's fantastic.
And I randomly selected one of our donors, and the gift card is going to go to Mohammed Hook, H-U-Q.
Oh, that's my cousin.
Cedar Park, Texas.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's congratulations. He's actually, Sarah, he's a dentist, much like yourself.
Oh, what do with the chocolate?
So we should keep the C's Candy. He probably doesn't want it, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I think we should keep it. Exactly. So that's awesome. So I will let him know, and he will be very excited about that. Yeah. And so we have, so I think right now, Cheryl, just a little update on Long Beach Gives. As yesterday, like we said, we met our goal, our initial goal, which was fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for allowing us to reach our goal. Yes, which was 10,000. Since then, we actually increased our goal to 15,000. And if I remember, the last time I checked, which was very early this morning, we were right around 13,000. So we're getting there. So 2 more thousand to raise until the end of midnight tonight. So we hope that you'll consider continuing to support us so that we can raise these funds and we can continue to do programs for the community at this time, which is so important. What do we have next, Sarah? Maybe we'll give a little preview of our next program, and then we'll.
Friends in Faith.
I hope people are so excited to see more dinosaurs. To see dinosaurs, you got to help us get to our goal here.
Yes, please. And the way that you can do it, actually, that's something good too. You can go to just longbeachgives.com, and on there, there's a little. Sorry, Long Beach. See, Cheryl, there you go. Thank you. So we go to longbeachgives.org, and then there's a little. It's a fantastic. It's super easy. It's very friendly to the user, and there's a little box where you can say, find a nonprofit. You click on that, and if you put in South Coast Interfaith Council, our page comes up. Along with us, there's more than 150 nonprofits on there, and I know that every single one of those nonprofits are most certainly deserving of all the help. And so we hope that you'll consider making a donation to us, and if not, then take a look at that site and all the great organizations and people that are involved in really making Long Beach and our greater community just what it is, which is a really great dynamic community. And I think I want to end with also just giving thank you to Long Beach Gives. I mean, this is such a great initiative and helping so many people and so many nonprofits. And so, our gratitude definitely goes out to Nico and everyone that's involved with Long Beach Gives. So thank you for that. Yes. What else, Sarah? Did you want to dance before we conclude, or it's up to you? Where's your dinosaur costume, Sarah?
Oh my God, the second my kids heard about the dinosaur dance videos, they were like, see, Mom, it's for a good cause. They've been asking, they're expensive. Every year they're like, time the costumes, and they ask, and I'm like, when are you going to use them? But Cheryl's family has completely debunked my biggest argument with them, and it's
we use them all the time.
There you go.
Cheryl, you could do dino exercising classes or training sessions.
Yeah.
the possibilities are endless, really.
Future programs to think about, right? Future programs to think about. But
yoga.
So Sarah, what do we have next? What's next for us? Or Cheryl, at what time should others join us?
As
Friends
Cheryl,
in Faith at 12:30.
Okay, 12:30. So that's Faith, that's Friends in Faith, correct? And
Yes.
so we're going to have some conversations with some of our board members. So you guys will really get to know kind of who are these people that are, you know, a lot of them behind the scenes that are making this organization as awesome as it is and giving their time and their dedication. And then we have another we have another celebratory dance, as I like to call it. And I think we have another gift that we're going to give. And so, yeah. So we're excited. So we hope you join us again at 12:30. We'll be here. Any closing thoughts,
And
Cheryl?
we have another program at 5,
Yes.
and then we have art, faith through art at 6:30,
Yes,
and a closing interfaith prayer at 9. So
exactly.
a
Yes,
whole day worth of entertainment and
Yes.
appreciation.
absolutely. Yay! All right, Cheryl. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for who
you.
you are. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you.
Thank you for all you guys do. It's amazing. It's a great team. So,
It is.
thank you, Cheryl.
thank you.
Sardine, any closing comments before we say goodbye? And
Nope, I have my homeschooling kids. I'm going to go check some math homework, and then we're supposed to do science. We're working on electrical circuits these days. So yeah, they're like scratching at my door. Mom, are you coming? Are you coming?
Oh, okay. All right, time to get toning. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations, Dr. Huck, on the Seas Candy. And, and we will see you guys at 12:30. All right, and remember, it's longbeachgifts.org. You can go there, look at South Coast Interfaith Council, and any and all donations would be greatly appreciated. So until 12:30, we'll see you then, guys. Take care. Bye.